All right, we're here with Torres, a pretty international legend, I think, in Yu-Gi-Oh! I've went to so many events where I see you in Top Cut, and you came out here, showed yourself, playing Sky Strikers. I saw Cody playing that deck, and, he didn't do too well, but you did, and you're both the great players, so I think that just speaks to the deck. And it was a unique choice for the tournament, so let's get into it.
All right, so for the starters, I have the Rhoda, the Engage, of course, Hornet Drones. I think like this card helps you to just get into the race, so I consider this like a starters. Two Ray and three Ray and two Rose. Think this is like a perfect number right now. You have to play more Rose right now because the hero package. So sometimes you can use the hero to pop the links or monsters, so you can especially summon the Rose. So I think two was perfect. So this is the starters. For the hand traps, we have 3 Imperm, 3 Veiler, 3 Ash, and when I was making the deck, I want to play 2 more hand traps, so I decided to put 1 on 1 just in case. I want to have options. I don't want to open multiple copies of the same cards. So yeah, I decided to put 1 on 1. The Ghost Ogre was super nice. It is really good this format against most of the meta decks. So maybe I'm gonna pump it up to 2. Ghost Ball wasn't that good. Like I have a lot of outs for the heroes, so Ghost Ball was like nah. That's for the hand traps. Sky Striker spells, of course the 3 Widow Encore. The 2 share cannons, like this is how you deal with the Phoenix Enforcer and the Celestial, so you don't get back, like they don't get the advantage, so you can keep the control of the game just banishing the Celestial. Afterburners, 1 Eagle Booster, and 1 multi-roll. Like this is your only like the cards that you wanna just search. You don't wanna open these. Sometimes you want to open the Widow Anchors, but this is the cards that you just keep searching during the end phase or with engages. That's for the spells of the Sky Strikers. 1 Reggae Key, 1 Callback, and 1 Absurd. This is my 1 Absurd tournament. Reggae Key is really nice right now. Like if you have Widow Anchor and Reggae Key, you can just break any field. So I think it's a solid spell for right now. So that's why. And the hero engine, like I think these 5 cards just takes this deck to the next level. Like this is what makes the deck playable right now. Without these, like strikers will be just tier 2 something like that. But with this engine, like you get so many advantage. You can draw into your hand traps, and also the fusion just give you the time to whenever you draw into Ray. The fusion just give you the time so you can get into the Ray. Also, just by the Celestial and popping cards, you have a lot of time. So they have to deal with the fusion, they have to deal with Ray, and also then they have to deal with the hand traps. So that's the point of the deck. So this engine is really good. I think this is one of the best decks that can use this engine right now. And the last 3 cards, or there can be only one, is like the meta killer. I lost in top 4. He have Bishuda to bounce this. That's unfortunate, but for the rest of the tournament, each time I flip this card, I won. Like this card is out of win right now. So that's for the main deck, 40 cards of course. We want to see Oranium really fast. Side deck, 3 Nips. I think like I don't want it in the main deck because I don't know if I'm gonna, like this is not a going second deck. You wanna go first most of the time. So Nibiru was good for going second. 2 draws, maybe this was one of the worst cards of my side deck. I never drew it, and then I realized that, to be honest, I don't need it. Like, draw is good when you're just stopping your opponent and then you kill it, but I'm not gonna do that, so maybe I can use like Share Right or something like that so I can draw into my hand traps. So we don't like the Imperial Order, so we have 5 outs for it. The Pranketips to Cosmic 2 Twin. Mix it up just to make sure that I have different options on each match. I'm not running Happy Feather or Lightning Storm. Those cards just auto lose to the Imperial Order and the anti-spell. 2 Lancia because the Tri-Brigade, but right now everyone is running the leaderless version, and this card is not good against them. And against the PK, they can play around this super easy, so maybe I'm gonna cut it.
What about Tenyi Sword Soul? Do you ever use it for that? Because I think that card seems pretty good versus that.
Like on paper sounds good, but like when you're playing isn't that good. Like they can just go into Moyi and then the Fleur and they just put 2 negations and you lose the lances. So like sometimes it's good, but I think you can just play through against that deck in different ways.
Yeah, I mean the Tenyis are half their engine, so.
And the last cards, D-Batter, like right now it's really good. The Swords will use called Synchros. Against the Lyrillus you called XYC. Also, there's so many decks that are using the Phoenix Enforcer, so when they use the Anaconda or the Fusion, you just call Fusion and you have time, so you can just get your engine going.
That card's for all special summons, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's already in the grave,
Yeah,
you
if
can
you
stop
in
it.
the graveyard, you can just check on it during the draw phase, so they have to special another monster. The extra deck is really simple, just 1 Kaina, 1 Seek, 2 Hayate, you don't need 3. Like if you manage your resources, 2 is perfectly fine. And of course the 3 blue and the 3 red, I think like this is the Sky Striker engine that you have to run. Some people are running 2. I think that's not correct. You need 3. Like right now, most of the games are super grindy. You're not winning the first turns, so you need the most Sky Striker cards that you have in your extra that you can have in your extra deck. And there's the other 2 engines. The one is the Access Code engine, and the one is the Phoenix engine. So yeah, that's the deck, 15 and also 15 in the side deck.
I like how you organize that. Any changes? Any shoutouts you want to give?
Yeah, TCG Collectibles, my store in Colombia, the people that like always play in Latin America, they helped me out too, just came to the tournament. And the guys that make the event was super nice, super clean. Like the price support was incredible. So yeah, this is for top 4. Imagine the guys that are going to play the finals. So everything was super nice.
Yeah, and this was a 9-round event, so
Yeah.
it was really competitive. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
it showed up a lot of good players. Like it was, I don't know how many players, but this was like a mini YCS. So many
Yeah.
good players.
really
so,
felt like that. It
yeah.
was hard.
It was really hard. Really,
Good
really
job. Great medical. I think you were really prepared. And thanks for the profile.
Hard. All right.